Hello.
Hello, welcome in the space. Great that you made it. Welcome to the third session of the possibility coaching training. And the assignment for this week was to dive into the in your three cells in the realms of memetic engineering. And first, before we are opening this space, what you discovered there already, or what you know or what you don't know, what questions you have about that. I would like to open first the space of anything what came up, like what were the ahas, the what you want to share, what you discovered so far on your journey, and to have kind of a short collection for some minutes if you want to share something in the group.
Something that I discovered, and this was not in the context of the three cell, but in the context of another space where the mimetic construct was what we were looking at, and I was the client. And when I started to feel a lot of sadness to be discovering the construct, and and when it wasn't clear for the space holder that there was a shift from discovering the construct to feeling the sadness of uh, of of seeing what having the consequences of having the construct, and they got hooked. And it's taking some cleaning up to see to that. And
Nicole, do you mean like this part, is this the grieving part? What do you mean? Like realizing the construct and then grieving about the loss, oh wow, what did you miss because of creating
yeah,
this? What was the price? Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So I would probably name it grief.
yeah,
Get more clear that it's kind of the sadness in this integrating function, right? Like I think we have still a lot also to discover about the sadness. What are the functions, and really exactly like what I see, there's mm, similar to the feeling cycle. There's also in every feelings territory, like sadness, there's kind of a cycle. There are also territories in it, and grief is one of these main territories in the sadness. And I think it's helpful to distinct this in the space, and like, and not just name it sadness, because it's like this wide territory at the beginning. It's helpful to navigate people into that space, but then exactly at these points, I think it's necessary to be very clear and see the purpose of the sadness. Thank you. And what did you do then? So they got hooked, and what was your learning about that on a perspective of being a coach? Even you were in the client perspective.
yeah. Mm, my learning was that for space holding to just be very careful about maybe knowing that like watching for that, and then not going into uh like being careful about like it gave me fear to tell somebody that their their grieving was them going into low drama, because it ended the space.
Okay, this did not work.
Yeah,
Do I hear it right? So there were sentences, which, and can you specifically say them? Like what did not work for
it
you?
didn't Yeah, it didn't work for me for the space holder to tell me I was going into low drama.
Okay. 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 What happened inside of you? So I think this is really pure gold. Like when we get this information, what is happening inside of you, um, when you say this as a coach? It's like you're going into low drama now. What is happening? I think we can translate it into different situations, and probably we were all somehow in this already. So what happened inside of you, Nicole?
Mm, how I received it, like the story I made about it was that I was being told that I was doing something wrong or doing something bad. And and then and that the part of me that has the grief, just it was like shut out, and I pulled it, like I disconnected in the space.
Yeah. And it looks like the door for possibilities was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is it's a good hint. Like, okay, be careful. Be careful with such expressions. It really can kill all the possibilities, all aliveness, which is like the juiciness of the, like what you said, Nicole, the sadness, and what is so ingrained and how do you say, mm, full of information, full of this juiciness, aliveness. Even it was painful, of course sadness is painful in certain ways, and there's so much information in it. And just to say this is like it's it's cutting yourself off, and then you need to get your way back to connection. Yeah, thank you.
When I'm listening to it, I want to add, like I was listening one mimetic process here, and when you were mentioning the sadness, I also observed the sadness which actually connects at the moment with the part where the decision happens or where the mimetic process happens. And like my system tells me like this sadness is somehow crucial for navigating to the slightest point. Okay, there comes the decision, so the new decision can be implemented in it, or like the new mimetic things or the new program can land into the soil. And the sadness is for me like connection, but it also like nourishes the moment.
I think it's great as space holders to be on the lookout for a shadow of being, like I've sometimes noticed space holding becoming very like efficient, meaning to be very efficient and then making emotions wrong or making being in child ego states wrong, when it's like when we start rejecting certain parts because it should only be some new age perfection version of a human being, then I don't think we're doing a holistic approach in, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Anything else from the week? Hello, Johanna. Great that you got stable enough connection.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting me in. Hello everybody.
Yeah, I would love to share from our 3-cell. I'm in a 3-cell with Marcus and Natalia, and we got together yesterday and we asked each other, what is mimetic engineering? And we checked the distinctionary, and then the definition we kind of went with based on some stuff we'd seen in videos was, okay, in an emotional healing process, it seems like you go with an emotion. You go and you go and you dig and you follow it. And it's about expressing this emotion and expressing from there as well. And that's like, it's important. And then, Joseph, would you mind turning on off your camera? I'm getting distracted of this moving images. Thank you. And then with the mimetic engineering, it was, okay, feelings and emotions can happen, and you will take some information from them, but they are not the point. You don't stay with the emotion, you don't dig it. So you use the emotion to get a layer deeper and another layer deeper, until it seems like you got to the core of a core of a core of a core. Yeah. And I noticed we asked each other more why questions. We were more like, okay, so, but why do you need to do this way? And what would happen if you didn't do it this way? And it was more like talking to the mind of the other person. Yeah. And we found out some really interesting things, and I feel engaged. I feel engaged with this. Wow. Okay. So genes are the smallest compound of the physical body, and memes are the smallest compounds of the mind. Like, how interesting is that? Yeah. And my question now is, because we got to some pretty essential stuff, and it was interesting to feel like, we're almost there, but there's still a layer deeper, we were feeling it. And then at some point there would be this thing, and then we were like, okay, yeah, I think we got it now. Like, we got to something that was interesting, this feeling rock bottom feeling. Maybe there's even more, but like for now there was this like, okay, we've landed somewhere. And then now my question is, okay, and then what? Like, you found the thing, is that enough? You write it down, you write it on a post-it or on your wall somewhere, and you remind yourself that that's what your mind thinks? Or like, what do you do next? I don't know what you do next.
Right, we're gonna go there.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, well, I want to add from sorry, what Naomi said, is that I'm walking with the question now since what we discovered yesterday, of if sometimes the mimetic is more important than, like, working on the mimetic is more important than working on the emotion, because the way I think blocks me from getting to another emotion. Like, and it's really like a question I have no answer to, but it is I would say kind of like something that I will observe now, of when does my sense talk to me to be more into the mimetics of a person during a process, and when for the emotion and for the emotional healing. And I'm asking myself, like, what will inspire me to choose either or? That's the question I take also from that.
When to take more the mind and mimetics, and when to take more the emotional approach.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think this is probably an ongoing question, right?
Yes.
The research question of like, okay, what door do I enter? What is the next door? And sometimes there are 3 or 4 doors, and you need, like, you as a navigator, choose. Or you can also let the client choose and say, okay, you see, I see different doors. There we can go in this direction with an emotional healing process. There we could check out, like, from what inner structure you are observing the world, and then you can also let them choose. This is also an option, right? It's like, it's not like, oh, we need to figure it out all on our own. So it's really this collaboration taking place. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, go ahead, Monica.
Okay, and I'm just curious how you guys were discovering these mimetic constructs, because we were asking ourselves in our 4-cell group that, yes, like, quite a long time we took to answer the question how we should start it. And we opened like the website, and most of us, we were like overwhelmed with all these things like we should discover, and like our boxes like was jumping, and we were trying to understand that, and like Joseph and me, we had also this experience that when we started to search for kind of mimetic construct in ourselves, we got like white spots, or like everything was blur, or like empty, or oh, I don't remember shit, nothing. It was like empty. It's like gone. So it was like interesting to notice that. And we only, I mean, discover that they could be like mimetic construct we took from the past or from somebody else, like we adapted, or we discover that they could be our own mimetic construct, like we were building from ourselves, from our being. And I think we are still not finished. This is why I'm really curious if, yes, just how you guys just did it. So we will continue this for sure.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Habet.
Yeah, I realized something like through the days and also in the 3-cell, that I had the tendency to give my center away to the space holder and creating expectations of giving my center away by thinking that I'm safe when I give my center to the space holder. And in the 3-cell, I realized that too. Like it was more covered, but with this idea of, okay, what are we going to do now, and how are we going to do that now, and are we going to watch the video now, and what are we going to do with the video now, like asking for some kind of direction. Or anyhow, I can go more in details, but what I want to say is that we talked about it, what this is, this giving, what I'm doing, like giving my center away. And I also got the same feedback in the decontamination group. And I had an emotional healing process today. And what I realized is that this is a school thing, like a modern culture thing, to give my center away, to do it right, to be safe in the sense of, okay, the one that is the space holder knows somehow, like all of this. I think they're all mimetic constructs about knowing, about what is the space, who's responsible in the space, how to make it right, and that it's important to make it right, and things like that.
Yeah, thank you. And actually, it's this classical hierarchical construct, and we have all this. Like everyone could do like an own mimetic engineering process about how do I perceive hierarchy.
How do I create hierarchy as well?
Yes, and how do I create, and how do first of all, but the mimetic construct is like the starting point for me when I'm entering it with a client is more like, first of all, how do I look out into the world? Like what is kind of the cube around me? It's, you can, like, I use often also the metaphor of the box, like, or filter, through which filter you are looking into the world when it comes to hierarchy, for example. And of course, then in the exploration is like, okay, how do you do that? How keep you the hierarchy alive? Like how you lower yourself, or you higher yourself, or you vanish yourself. All these different kind of angles are discovered, and this is mainly what I do so far. And I'm also in the exploration phase, like how can I really come, what you said, Naomi, to rock bottom, like to come to this sentence where it's like, ching, it cannot go further. It's like it's the root, and on top of this root, this life tree was growing, right? Layer by layer by layer, and it's standing like tall like this, and have different kind of patterns and behaviors and assumptions and meanings and needs. And life was creating then out of this soil. Someone said the soil. Okay, Joseph is coming through a different door. And out of this soil, what is created? And I think so. I think this is so important to realize that it's not just a sentence, but it's a whole space in us, and this is the mimetic construct. So far, I discovered it. It's like also not just this sentence, but what kind of meaning do I put on? Like from why, like this. Naomi, I think also you said it, or Marcus, like these why questions you used, and like why and the meaning and because of what. It's like this deepening and deepening and going from different angles. And I want also to explore today how to shift out of that, like how to walk into a new space, to practice
How to shift out of the construct we have.
Out of this construct, right? So the invitation would be to practice first. To everyone discovered somehow a mimetic construct, right? This week somehow, right? Did I get it right? That everyone has somehow a construct of, okay, this is, or already from earlier on, but it's like, I don't know. For example, I had this construct. I'm a fat person, you know, and it's definitely a construct. It's a belief sentence, and it's at the same time it's such a construct. And then you will be, I'm gonna check, we are 2, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, I want to go in groups of 3, and there will be one where I'm joining, and then so we are groups of 3. And there's one coach, and there's a client, and there's the support, the coach of the coach. And the coach is like for the first 5 minutes, it's diving into the construct of the person, of the client, and then opening doors to something else, what is possible, right? Like what I do is like, I invite, in general, the client is like, okay, usually in this construct, there are doors, and the keys are in the, how do you say, in the lock from the inside. It's like they created this construct, they also created the doors or the window or the doorways or however you want to call it, and then let them find the way, and then from there let yourself guide into the new space and what is necessary to step out of it. And really, like, go slowly as an exploration. It does not need to, like, of course it's serving the client at the moment, but for this research, it's for your research as a coach. Like, how gonna do this? Pause if you want to have a pause and scan the space, ask deepening questions, get the picture, get yourself into the same space where your client is. Like, really dive into this world, into this construct, and be with the client there. And slow down as much as you need to be there. Yeah, like, take your time, don't rush, and check exactly one step after the other, that you get where they are, so that you can go with them through the door. Or you can step out and say this way, like, however, sometimes I'm standing outside of this construct and I can guide them. And sometimes it's even, I'm standing next to them and I'm walking out into something new. It's every time it's different, but it's like it can just happen that you know what is the next step when you are with them, and when you're not thinking the next step must be something. And it's a discovery journey, and yeah, it's for you as a coach. It's your discovery journey, and the client is in this case in service for you. And the coach is giving you like hints, like, did you see this? Or ask this question. Maybe how does it look? What texture does it has? What is the smell? What is the taste? Like, really get to know this construct. Ask the deepening questions. Oh, are there any understanding questions?
Yes, so the aim of this exercise is to find another memetic construct.
Yeah, you can call it like this. It's a new, actually, it's not a new construct, it's new possibility of course, we are storytellers of our life, and a story which is an adult story, which is based on your new skills, which is based on the new reference what you are, and no longer from the past. So you're creating a new space, and you let the client discover what is it there outside. Like, even if they are still in this construct, how would it look like? Like, what is behind the door? Out of the window, maybe they see a window. I don't know. So let them discover what is possible, and they choose if they have already the necessity to step out. It's like, you cannot do this for you. You can just paint again the next door, and they need to get out of that in their way. And it's sometimes you need anger to really crack the shell open, to get out of this energetic construct and mind construct at the same time. It's really moving your point of origin into a new space. This is what it is for the client. Yeah. Okay. So
I admit that I'm foggy still a little bit.
okay, what does it mean, Anne Elizabeth? What do you want to say with this?
I am not caught up with the group, and I haven't listened to last week's, and I haven't, and so I don't have a new mimetic construct, although I can pick one up.
Yes, I'm pretty sure, Anne Elizabeth, that you have
Yes.
them. Yes, great. So,
Yes.
so you first at the coach, then the coach, and until the end, you will have your construct.
Okay.
I think you will get inspired, and it's like, oh yes, this is also what I have in my pocket. Okay, great. I will go to Johanna and Martin. So time-wise, like 5 minutes to dive into the construct, and then you have 10 minutes to guide the person kind of further, wherever this is, further, right? Okay.
We keep time ourselves, or will you be writing?
I'm writing.
Okay.
My best and write, and then you have 5 minutes to share what worked and what did not work, and then you shift to the next person.
I think this is not going to work time-wise because
time-wise.
it will be 1 hour in total.
That's true. No, yeah, with 4, we have 10,
Right.
15, 20. Yes. Okay, that's true. So let's do 5 and do the collecting together afterwards. Okay. 15 minutes each. Then we have 45 minutes and then we are collecting. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Great. You will see the time also. Okay, see you on the other side. Tschüss. I want to be the coach.
I want to be the coach.
Great. So then I am the mimetic construct.
Martin, which mimetic construct do you want to work with today?
I got last stuck with this in a way, like being a servant or being ready. And so this one, it's being a servant, and there is a part which is like I'm the part which I keep my time free, so I plan only in my head, so keep myself free at any moment, anytime someone can come, and I'm available for serving.
Where did you learn that from, that you're being a servant?
It comes to very young age, and the first thing which is coming, like
Video is frozen me, but I think that you went a bit in your mind, so I invite you to go.
Okay, I went into mind. So okay, there was, my mind would tell me there was my father and I was serving to my father.
Johanna, like go in the direction not where it comes from, but like how is it? How is inside there? Okay. How is it inside of Martin? Being a servant. How does it look like? How does it feel like? How does it smell like? Let him discover it from the inside. Not just analyzing, but like how does it feel?
Yeah, she's not here. She's already frozen for, I think she did not hear any of your.
Yeah. Okay, Martin, how does it look like? How does it look like? Close your eyes. I will get Johanna into the boat.
Okay, thank you.
How does it look like? And how
It's
is it?
a cozy place. It's like I feel like I know what to do. Like I feel very comfortable and cozy.
Yeah. Johanna, I asked him like how is it inside of this construct?
Okay.
Yeah. And he said it's cozy and comfortable.
What? Yeah, thank you, Christine, for going on. What's your benefit to keep in that construct? Is this sensation serving you, being cozy and comfortable?
It's also like I know, like somehow I know what to do. Like I know yeah, it's like I don't end up in a situation where actually I'm lost, and somehow it's okay, there is this grab, okay, I can take this hook, I know, and this is like first who was asking for help, or what is something to do, or who was to help to someone. And
What about this hook? Like, what kind of hook is this?
it felt like it's like, you know, this is the saving hook, like, you know, I'm like, I would be losing, like if I would be swimming in place, like I can grab, and I know it feels like, it seems to be some, like I just see it now, like physical picture of saving hook.
Okay, there's the saving hook, and it's on the back side, up there, on the right side, up behind you.
It's more, it feels, it's more floating, it doesn't really have a space, it would be on one place, but it's more like above, like in a way it's like I would reach.
And what does it mean to you being in this space?
Like, what does it mean for me being in a space? It depends in which space I am. It's like there are spaces I feel comfortable, cozy when I'm sitting, or like I'm being guided, or, and there are moments where there are spaces I feel afraid, and these more challenging spaces where I like I sense there is something missing, and so I would need to bring it in, or like, so like it sounds like the space where I am supposed to bring something in.
It sounds like the space you're supposed to bring something in. What if not? What would that mean?
That the place does not change. It somehow, yeah, it's like I would say it's a shitty place. It's like I don't like to be in the space. Like I'm then rather blaming, and I'm letting my gremlin loose.
So you don't want to be in this space. Even you feel comfortable, you said. So both is possible in this space.
No, there is space I feel comfortable. There was one part. There's also other space where I sense some urge, and there I'm not feeling comfortable, or I feel like this. Yeah, actually, I don't feel comfortable.
What does it mean? What is the urge about? And is how is it another space, or is it the same space?
It's another space.
How they are interlinked? How did you link them?
Okay, the link is more my inner setup. Like when I'm disconnecting, I can feel comfortable.
So it's a consequence in the space.
Yeah.
So you're disconnecting yourself in the space, and then you feel discomfortable.
And then I feel comfortable. Discomfort feels when I'm connected to the space and I sense the urge of the space, and
what is the urge of
how
this?
it feels like it would be up to me to bring what is happening in the space.
What's your reward to create this space, to be in that space?
Which space?
Of serving.
the first reward that I'm coming again, it's like I feel safe, like, so like I feel safe. I know what to do. It's like common, like there is task, either I can do it or I cannot do it, so I can search for other tasks. It's this safetiness.
What are you afraid of if you are not serving? What are the fear about?
I'm afraid that like I would be nothing, or like there is this state, it's freaking me out. Like I would be in a state which freaks me out. It's like I'm describing the state. It's like conscious unknowing, conscious like, or conscious like continuous unknowing. It even feels like it would be, everything would be too much. Like there is so much information, there is so much things around. So I like, it's hard. It feels like I would be blowing up from what all I can perceive.
And Johanna, go shift, like also shift the space into like what is possible. Like use the last 4 minutes to navigate into, okay, what is possible? What is there a door? Is there like how is it in this construct? And usually it has also like this energetic boundaries, and some people are really experiencing as it as real spaces. Like, okay, it looks like a cellar, it looks however, and like just explore how is it to shift from this, okay, I want to understand, into, okay, how is it to shift into outside of this construct, and try what questions you can ask. Despite if
How is it?
Yeah.
How does it look like to stand in nothingness?
How is it to stand in nothingness?
What's the sensations? How does it look like? How does the space look like? What's
First
the
thing is comes
colors?
like I don't have much experience of feeling nothingness, as I'm filling so much space. So there, when there is nothingness, it's like it's a void. It's like it's empty space. It's like there is nothing to grab to, or like actually there is nothing to hook on. So it's a very large space. Actually, it's somehow it's like endless space.
And when you stay connected with this endless space, can you perceive it? Like where is this? Where you would, when you're inside in this construct, in which direction you would point this? Is it behind you, on the left side, on the right side, in front, over you, under you? Like where do you perceive this nothingness?
Nothingness is everywhere.
And
It's more like about where is the construct. It's like in the nothingness is it's always place. It's more the constructs are floating in a space of the nothingness.
Yes, Martin, when you are inside of the construct,
Okay.
where is it?
It's inside of me.
The construct or the nothingness?
Nothingness.
Okay. Where?
In my solar plexus. Or in this area of my body.
Yeah. Okay. So time is over. Like Johanna, Johanna? She cannot hear me, I think.
I can hear you, but I cannot.
I cannot hear you now. You're muted. Like I would like, because of this, I would like to jump around also to the other groups and give you both more time and discover this. You see the time ticking, so you have actually a benefit of 7 minutes. So, or yeah, around 20, 21. Then you shift to the other person, and I hope, Johanna, you got the glimpse. Like he's now going inside of him, like reaching to this nothingness. And now it's like, okay, how will he get from this construct, wherever it is, like around him, to this place? How can you bridge him? Great. And let yourself guide yourself. You have some more minutes, and I'm jumping around. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Martin, you say you found that nothingness is inside you at the level of your plexus, solar plexus.
Yes.
How is there a doorway between yourself when you are inside your mimetic structure construct and the place of nothingness?
Yeah, like taking the balls back is not so much an emotional healing process. It's an initiation. And from what you described, Markus, feeling this fear of not being in their space anymore, being in their energetical space is the space of a child. And it's a nourishing, comforting, safe space. At some point in our lives, we grow out of this space, most especially when our matrix grows, more options coming. It's a very natural process, actually. But in modern culture, we were meant to not grow up. So
sorry, I think we missed a message, and we were supposed to shift 4 minutes ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Like,
okay, Markus.
I got you both your feedbacks, and
okay,
I'll check them out. Like, yes.
Okay, Markus, you were the first one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
no, I missed.
Okay,
We missed a message of shift now, and we didn't shift.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
So
you
shift
both.
to the next person, and it's really also this you are there. Like, you be bold and declare as a space holder, as a coach, that like when the person already revealed, like, this is how it looks from the inside, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is how it smells, this is what it does to me. It's like you can really say, yeah, you created this, this is how you see the world, like, because he or she already revealed it, so you can just name it. So then it's like this mimetic structure gets even clearer. It's like, wow, yes, this is my construct, this is what I created. And then the necessity of, oh, do I really want to keep this, is getting more intense. Yeah, it's kind of intensifying while you say it again and again, and make it even more clear in the space. Okay, great. Who's next?
I'd be glad to be client.
Yeah, I will be space holder in
Okay,
coach's coach.
great.
No, I will be coach. And yeah,
Okay, I can be space holder again.
No, you're the coach.
I want to be space holder, Marcus.
I'm confused about the names, but I will work with you, and Habet will be
Coach you.
around us.
Yeah, great.
So the construct
Yes,
we
go.
found had to do with my mother. What she would say or decide would define how life would go for me. So that was scary. It was scary that if she was angry, I was in danger and things were like she would decide something is bad. And if she was happy, then things were.
And that's to be alert with getting that sharp in my body. Where do I move into this kind of world versus the other? Because I know the other already. And so it's already a choice I have. And still unconsciously, I many times go into this porridge world.
Yeah, one question I have in this is that there's some sort of sequence of events, and I'm not quite seeing how they all fit together quite yet. Like what 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 is. I know there's eventually you start feeling small,
Yeah.
and then there's something about that happening before or after you say it's difficult, and then somewhere in here there's the brain getting mushy, and that so. This is something I would be curious about with this particular construct is what is point A?
Mm-hmm.
What is
And Devin, it would be good to bring Joseph into this inner world. Even it's a mimetic construct, it's his inner perspective. So let him close his eyes and really dive into this construct. He's totally in his mind, and it's the mimetic construct is also a 5-body or 4-body experience. So pick this up, and that he dives into, like, how does it feel, how does it smell, like, and not just the reasonable mental construct. It's one layer, and go to the next and include also the other bodies.
There's still enough time to do that.
You're the second, right?
no,
No.
this is still the first.
Okay, you had 2 minutes to change. Okay, this did not work. Like I wrote, you have 2 minutes, round up and shift to the next person. So, okay, then shift to the next person. You have actually like 10 minutes for each.
Okay.
Great.
So that would be me space holding Nicole as the client, and then Joseph, your coach, you're coaching me.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Mm,
I come back later.
thank you. A construct that
Balance. There's a balance between learning and following what other people have already learned. And it's actually even a compulsion. You must do things differently.
Who's the coach? Who's the?
I'm coach.
Okay.
And Maren.
Maren is, and you are the second round? Okay, great. So you have still 5 more minutes. Okay, cool. Because the others did not change that out. Okay, thank you.
Oh, I already started. I thought we had started our 5 minutes.
No, it's perfect. Great. You have 5 more minutes.
Okay. And how does that feel? What is that, the feeling behind this? I must be different.
It's not really that I must be different. I don't know how to, where to put my feet on that. Don't hit the point that I made my own, and I don't know how to not to copy somebody else. And I don't know how to find my own territory in there. Because I don't know, I couldn't make the difference in which is mine and which is the foreign.
Okay, and Elizabeth, like Maren is still, like her eyes are open, she's just in her head. But this mimetic construct has also the variety of all bodies. It's like we are including step by step everything. So let her close her eyes and let her see the world from inside of this construct. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, great.
So Mette, will you close your eyes and go into this construct from all your bodies? Just let that sink into your whole center. Bring your energy into your center and let that construct go right to the center of your physical and energetic body. And what's that like?
The center every time is running away in front of the reality.
The center is running away in front of the reality.
Yes, if I want to go to the center with this meme, then it's really like it's like a magnetic, which is really made it abstoßen, and
pushing away.
Pushing away,
yes.
and
yeah.
It doesn't come together. There's no possibility to bring it together. It's really like running away.
Yeah. Yeah, and before you had said also something about sitting in prison.
Yeah. Yes, and the prison is more it's not a special space. It's really this denying, this pushing away from I don't know what I'm really pushing away, but they couldn't exist at the same time.
That pushing away, yes, the two can't exist at the same time.
Yeah. And it's really a mixed feeling about I'm one part in me is angry because I don't want this departure, this Trennung, and I don't want this pushing away. I just want to be at one point, but I couldn't, or I have the feeling I couldn't, and I don't know how to fix it, and that made fear in me, and I feel sad about that because I see how much is missing because I don't get it.
You feel fear. Yeah, go feel the fear. I don't see. Can you?
I get confused.
Yeah, there's confusion.
Yes, I get I don't know where to navigate in the space now. I made it for my own. Then I made it for my own. I really have the tension of feeling not get them together. It's like to deny a special kind of intimacy. It's like a forbidden place to go in an intimacy or in a Gemeinsamkeit
like to be together, like
to be together with one and to be accepted, to be together with somebody else. Oh, that hits the point. So then the sadness comes.
So there are two sides, and
yes,
and you can't bring it together. Can you use one hand to do one side?
Yeah, and Elizabeth, time is over. So
time is over.
Since 2 minutes, it's good just to wrap it up and say, okay, this is where you are. This is your X on the map, and you can discover it further.
Yeah. Okay. So the X on the map is there are two sides that are in apparent conflict, but still are connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an exploration is to go from one side to the other. And
yes.
Yeah, for that moment, at the moment, she's still discovering this construct. So it's not about finding already a solution, but it's kind of this, okay, this is where you are, this is your X on the map. And from there, you don't know. She does not know. It's her, I don't know, place until now. She's still in the construct. But from there, let her have this reference point. It's like, this is where you are. Make a kind of an energetic picture, and from the next session you can just step into there, kind of find the entrance, make a picture, and go from there. This could be a wrap up if you don't have time, and this is what we have now.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah,
time is over. Okay, I'm gonna fly further to the next person, and good luck for the last one.
I do like making bows and sending away.
Thank you, Maren. And bring Maren back. She's still in there. Bring her back.
All right.
Okay.
So Maren.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Now take a picture.
Dear Johanna, I did not hear anything.
Somehow I have this. Yeah. Yes. Oh.
I lost you.
I say if I let go of this, not trusting, not being able to trust, or this unworthiness, I feel like another deeper level of relationship, of connection can happen. But I have the story. It not only depends on me. I feel like it's part of me still doesn't want to be responsible. I want to push away, and want to give this responsibility to the man to change themselves, or yeah, and if that's not true, and if this mimetic doesn't exist, I feel that there would be more all five bodies intimacy, but that would be very authentic and healing and transforming.
And who would you be? Who would you be then?
Like this kind of emptiness of not being into stories, in my stories about what is happening. I would be without stories, in a small noun, in small here, and staying in that same place, not going there and then going back to stories and a big now or a big here. I would feel
I don't hear you, Christina. You are muted.
Ask her really like what is out there? What is out there, and how does it, like, what is possible out there, and what is blocking, or like like also why you're still in there, or did you already discover this?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Like that really everything is discovered. Yeah, you have still some more minutes. Okay.
Dear Johanna, are you there?
I'm moving on.
The space shifted somehow because I was leaning into his voice, because before I decided to not close my eyes to experiment with it, but somehow when he started speaking, I could not resist it somehow to close my eyes. So it feels like it's like resting. Like falling into it. This kind of feeling.
There are 4 feelings. What kind of feeling is there? Who's the space holder, Naomi? Ask her, what is the feeling about? Like,
What is the feeling, Habit?
That the one that I described, or the feeling right now, the one that I described, it's joy. I think it's very low intensity joy.
And what is the feeling that others, about the construct that others cannot hold space for you?
There's a tension. I think it's fear and anger.
And since how long have that fear and anger been there?
I don't remember the starting point.
it's also, Naomi, use more like, what is now? Like, she's sitting in this construct. It's when it pops up, when does it when it started, it's fine, but it's not actually, it's not what it's all about. It's not this emotional healing process. We need to go back in time when it started. It can come up, but through exploring really from different perspectives. Like, how is it to look into the world, Habet? Like, how is it from there?
Yeah, the information I have is that you are in this space that is fresh and like an ice lake, and that there are others with you, and that they're not holding space for you. That's correct.
It's put together differently, so it makes another story somehow. It's now it's a different situation because Christina was there and I could feel her presence, and that the space shifted. It's not the same space anymore.
Okay, you're in this space. What does it mean to you that the space shifted?
For me as a space holder, it's yeah, there's something else is possible now. There's movement. It's not this icy atmosphere anymore. That's what I wanted to say. It's a different space, different colors, different air, different possibilities.
I want to bring something in back because there was like kind of a contradictory already, and it was when you started with the sentence, I'm too complex and sensitive, and that's why no one can actually hold space for me. And then you described to us how someone like I was holding space for you, and then you relax. And I'm suspicious that like this was just a moment when you like went away from, or your gremlin made you walk away from the first construct, basically. So I'm asking you to go back to like no one can hold space for you. Where are you?
Yeah, to me it seems like I rewind it, like if it's a movie, and I'm back at the moment when you asked me, because Naomi was leaving and you asked me a question as if you wanted to keep the space running, and that was so surprising to me because I was waiting for Naomi to plug her computer. I was expecting a woman's voice to speak to me, and then I closed my eyes and then I heard your voice. So yeah, somehow this surprise created a different situation, different something else than what I expected.
I feel I'm gonna talk to my coaches. I feel fear because I just feel fear, and I'm trying to grab myself. And we're now talking about what the construct is not. And I mean, yeah, we could also go there actually if it's about going to another door.
The thing is, like, Habet is moving out into different spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And you as a coach or you as a space holder, you can actually say, yes, Habet, you have this construct that you give you, it looks like, or like my assumption, or what I see is that you have this construct. As soon as a authority figure comes into the space, you're throwing your center away. This is the construct you're operating in. How does it look like? Like, be bold in what you see and what you already discovered, or what was already discovered from her and said and revealed, and be bold, and then say, okay, how is it there? How comes you created this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her slide away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these reasons sneaking out somehow, it's not helping her. It's not, it's about really going into that.
And is this mimetic thing we're doing about finding the purpose?
It's, for me, it's about, and it's a good question also to place in the group, is like, what is the reason to explore? I think the reason to explore is to get as much much information as possible, so that you can choose, do you still want to keep this, or is it enough?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a bit like the technologies. The technologies, what you have, as soon as you have a grip on them and really discover them, you have a choice. Before that, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have 1 minute, wrap it up, give her like a X on the map and say, make a picture, an energetic picture. This is where you are, and you can go in there next time and start from there where you are. Thank you, Habet, for being also so flexible in the space. See you in a minute on the other side. Welcome back. Is Johanna there? No.
He got disconnected just the moment when their
Okay.
rooms ended, breakout rooms.
So everyone takes a deep breath so that we can land in the space. So there was a question and from Naomi, and I want you to place it also in this space. And I want to, give also my perspective on that. But or may I say it, Naomi? Is it okay? Naomi was just saying, okay, what is the purpose of this memetic engineering construct discovering thing? And
That's not what I said.
yeah,
I wondered if this memetic engineering, especially with the time we had, the short time, if it's a place to ask about what is the purpose of your memetic construct. Is it a place to go into purpose?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it depends how much awareness the person already had. It's very individual. And you can also ask, what is the purpose of keeping this construct? When you already have a lot of clarity, you can ask this question, of course. And it's yeah, it depends. There's no wrong or right. What I understood is also like this, why we are doing this. And for me, why we are actually shifting the memetic engineering and how, or like to discover this construct so deeply, and also on different layers, on different bodies, is that we get a grip on it. It's similar to the technology. Sometimes we have these energetic technologies which are blocking our feelings or are somewhere in our energetic body and intertwined with our mental body, but also with our emotional body, and everything is interlinked. And this is the same thing, a bit different. It's this, okay, this is through how I'm through how I'm seeing the world. And it's as soon as I understand how it functions, I have the choice before it's operating me. And it's the same with the technology. It's like it's operating me as soon as I have no idea. When I was young, I installed it and then it happened. It was just, doing its own work. And that's the main reason that we are coming to that point where something else is really possible, that it's no longer operating us. And I know it was a short time, and I think there are more questions now than answers, which I actually really appreciate. And I also want that we are exploring for the next 2 weeks exactly this same territory in your 3 cells, like different kind of corners. How does it work, and how can we move on from there? Like, how can we find doorways? Which questions can we ask so that the doorways are even become visible for the person inside of this construct? And how much navigating into the feelings and into the past is helpful, and what is too much? What is too much navigating into the emotional healing process, which is slightly kind of a part of it and not the purpose of this memetic construct shifting. Okay. So what are your findings? What is it? What is really like, oh, God, as a jewel, gold nugget, whatever you want to share? We have 8 minutes until we close for today.
Some of what I
Nicole?
some of what I discovered while I was coaching the coach really made a difference to my own mimetic structure that I was dismantling or looking at, which was that there are so many different possibilities of what to do and where to go, and that to hone in, it's almost like in a genetic, like in a gene, you can, there's the whole gene, or you can hone in on this part of it, or even closer on this part of it. And there's a real sense in me of that all mimetic structures are made out of shorter mimetic structures and shorter ones, and to really get into the memes of it, like to pull it apart and really notice how it goes. You could do that. That could happen in anywhere along the bigger structure and create possibilities. So yeah, I got this evidence that it's less about doing it right or being afraid of doing it wrong than just going somewhere and finding something juicy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I want to add on to that, like of that image, Nicole, that you just gave, is that's what I noticed in our group, that sometimes when the second space holder gave impulses in, it had kind of like, I had the impression as if it would look into another section of the meme, and this can pull, like me, it pulled me out, like, and then I would shift to and go to the other instead of going deeper into the one that I like started to go. So it made me, or it starts making me aware of, like, when I'm giving impulses to a coach that is right now working with someone else, to be actually more with them at the section kind of where they are really looking into, instead of bringing a new section onto the board.
Yeah, I find it interesting that you say that, Marcus, because I observed the opposite, and we were in one group, that this seemingly going deeper, to me, it seems that this is going already in the direction the client is going. And to me as a space holder, it worked better, like in different kind of situations, to go where the client would not go, and to go on this on the discovery with them, because like the way you, Marcus and Naomi, were asking me questions, I had already a prepared answer. So this would keep me in my cycle of, okay, this is what I'm doing, I do it for this, and that's like I would whirl myself up even more, while getting a totally different question or something provocating or whatever would, okay, this is how it goes, oh, this is how it looks to you, oh, okay, then, and at that moment we are discovering together. And the funny thing was, for me, it's about allowing someone else to hold space for me, that then it would become interesting enough to follow you and to not follow the same old world again. Do you understand what I'm saying? I could also see it the other way around. I was doing it like I was coaching Naomi, asking you, oh, what was it? No, Naomi was coaching me. However,
Clinical.
When you were in this meta space, it felt that you know this space, you're comfortable in this space, and bringing you back to Earth would be the more interesting part for me than exploring this meta level where you are very comfortable in.
The space holder, you mean the meta level, or as a client?
It depends. Like when the client has the tendency to be in the meta level, it's not interesting to go there. And if he's not, then it might be interesting to go there. Like, you know, to discover the parts of the meme that he hasn't discovered yet.
Yes, and it's really this not going on a journey itself. This is how I see it. It's more like this. This is how really personally me I see it. It's like this, have these memes, and these are these little cubes, energetic cubes, and you're diving totally into this little cube. And it's not about this EHP journey where we are traveling back in time somehow. And it's kind of a journey there. I'm really kind of navigate them, first of all, deeply into this space, into this little cube. Like also to emphasize kind of a pressure that it's like, okay, this is enough. This is actually really enough. What you just said, Habert, is like, I don't wanna be there anymore. Fuck. And that this is actually then the necessity will be discovered by the client. It's more really shrinking them into a small space on different levels, what you just said. But it's more like this going deeply into this meme and keep them there and say, yes, this is what you decide. Okay, you're looking into the world through that lens, and every time, like you are rephrasing what you heard from the client, and you talk into the body, into the 4 bodies or 5 bodies, like the you message. Okay, you're sitting there. How is it? You're there thinking that no one loves you, and you're waiting until someone is getting to you. Like, how comes and how does it feel? And then it can reveal itself. Like these you sentences are also very necessary to kind of a bit hammering it into the structure and say this is exactly what is going on, so that it's like it intensifies the necessity of change. It is, oh whoa, yes, whoa, this is I it's enough. I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, Martin.
I said yes.
Yes.
This is the intensification. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. We have 8:30.
Yeah.
I committed to end punctual. Are there?
No.
Yes. Are there any open questions for today? Like the assignment is really dive into this territory of memetic engineering. And there I will write all the processes which I find on this list of 111, like which are specifically going in this direction. And I will write the numbers. So watch them. And what I saw is also that the list of processes which are conquered already and researched are, I think we reached the number 4. So there are some more to go. Maybe some Christmas research time also. Great.
I'd be glad with those who want to stay 1 or 2 minutes more, like to just be able to reflect a bit more on today's session.
Yeah, I'm here for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
So see you next week. And next week we are again at 6. So like 1 hour earlier than today. And we have 2.5 hours. Enjoy Christmas, however you're gonna celebrate or not celebrate. Enjoy your days anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.